to that argument that people have, and which I can't deny at this point in time. But obviously the groundbreaking news you brought to me. Thank you, Jesus. Because I was gonna add a lot to say, because I was saying the fight was gonna come close, but obviously I got to switch gears. Fury, AJ, the biggest fight in boxing, the only one that comes close is Spence Crawford, which the path is clearing up for that, which I'll touch on a bit later. Obviously, we need to read that document, but I'm excited. These are the type of fights. Goosebumps. If you really root for a guy, you just feel pressure just watching the fight. Like I want AJ to succeed, but I also like Tyson Fury, don't get twisted, but you'll feel pressure just watching that fight. They're supposed to have 2 back-to-back fights, ideally. So that means they've paid off, or they've managed to tame Usyk, because Usyk wasn't trying to have it. So either that means Usyk's gonna fight Joe Joyce, or they're gonna pay him off, because apparently if they had to pay him off, it'll be like pay him like $2 million out of their purse, which is kind of big, just to get someone to step aside. But you know what I mean. What are your thoughts? This fight's finally been made.
Interesting. You know what? You know who I'm siding with in this fight? I'm siding with the technician. I'm siding with the man that can get inside someone else's head. Mm-hmm. I'm siding with a man that's been there, done it on the biggest stage, multiple times, been the underdog. Each and every way he's been. It's going to be a wonderful fight, fam. Even if AJ wins, I wouldn't even be upset. I'll be even happy. Like, there's no loser for me personally. I just believe Fury's going to win, because Fury is fighting with more than just power. He's fighting with more than just brawn. He's fighting with guile. And like, he's a master technician. And if they're going to fight twice, there's no way AJ beats him 2 times.
I mean,
there's no way AJ beats Fury 2 times. There's, like, literally, I can't fathom it. Like, AJ's going to, like, me knowing the way Fury's built, he always comes up with a game plan. Like, he's probably... The advantage that AJ has is that AJ can box. He's not going to do a Wilder and just
AJ has
box.
skill.
He can actually
That's
box.
a lot more skill than Wilder.
Yeah. So this is a totally different fight, but I just believe Fury's more of a technician than AJ. Like, I've seen AJ do it, like, wonderful fight against Ruiz, but this is a different animal. This is a different beast. This is a man that's been there, done that. Like, there's no surprise, there's no excitement. Like, AJ, you're probably going to have to knock out Fury. That's it.
Yeah, which he can.
Which he can. You're probably going to have to knock out Fury. But we know that Fury can take a punch. We know it.
Yeah, he's got solid chin.
Yeah, we know he can take a punch. You know the demons that Fury's faced are nothing compared to what you have probably faced, AJ, right now in the ring. I don't know about your personal life. But obviously, AJ, you're fighting for a lot of people. You've got a lot of supporters. Do us proud. Do what you have to do. We're supporting you. There's a path for you to win. I hope it goes well for you.
I mean,
but you're a big dosser if it doesn't, as he says.
I mean, Tyson Fury's mind games are on an elite level. I mean, I haven't seen him crack on the mental side of things when it comes to the mind games at all. I mean, I haven't seen it. And even when he looks crazy, it's like it's all planned and concocted. So I haven't seen him. And we've seen AJ crack a bit. So I'll watch every minute, like I said before earlier on in this episode. That I'll watch every minute of that press conference. I mean, like I said, with AJ, he's got a lot more skill than Wilder. It's gonna be a different beast for you to challenge. AJ has power on both hands. He has variation of punches. I would like to see him attack the body more. I think we need to do that in this fight. I think that there's what's it called? There's major cash waiting to be reaped, or major rewards waiting to be reaped if he does invest in the body. Like, he recently uploaded some left hook punches and a few of them into the body. I was like, yeah, I need to see that, because AJ doesn't really do many body punches, and get someone like Fury.
You think he can get close enough?
He can't get close enough. So he has to get close enough. He's a short fight with short arms. But if he fights Fury, he's gonna need to have that in his locker. You can't just headhunt against Fury because you'll lose. AJ's got the skill. He can cause Fury a lot of problems. He can knock Fury down. He can knock Fury out. But in terms of mastery skill, on a master level, Fury has that. The mental side of things, the chin, just the ability to just not to will himself to victory almost. Fury does have that. But on the other side of things, Fury's been knocked down by cruiserweights. He's been knocked down by no names. Then he's been knocked down by Wilder. I think he's 4 knockdowns. Fury's just a strange guy. When he's playing the elite guys, he's amazing. He rises to the challenge. When he's playing the bums,
he fights to the level.
Fights to the level. I saw that. I think it was Otto Wallin.
Yeah, he was holding bangs.
I mean, with AJ, I'd assume if it'll raise the level. But Fury, he's as good as he is. He does leave you openings. Like he's not invincible. Quite out loud. Even though the first Wilder fight, he was out of shape, so I don't really hold that against him. But
he was out of shape, and he basically
won the fight. Yeah, but I also about Wilder. He doesn't have skills. His resume is fraudulent. But if he hits you with that right hand,
you're going to bed.
9 times out of 10, you're going to bed. But yeah, AJ can win this fight. I wouldn't say it's 50-50. In my opinion, I'll give Fury 60-40 edge. Probably 60-40 edge. I mean,
the thing is,
let's just see it.
I just need. You know what? For me personally, with Fury, is that Fury's just a guy. Okay. Maybe you just don't know what Fury's gonna turn up as well. So that's an advantage that AJ might have. Like Fury's a weird guy, fam. Fury was what was he? Sports personality of the year. It was on the list, and he said, "No, don't vote." He's just weird. Sometimes he says he's gonna quit. Sometimes you don't know where his head is gonna be at. But obviously, as a tactician and all of these things, he's elite. And in the ring, sometimes he does that thing where he lets his guard down. But hey, if he gets clocked by AJ, you go in bed, fam. Even in that Wilder fight, he nearly held something. He's lucky that he got his head back in time. He nearly held something.
He used that as bait more time with his great head movement and stuff. So, but yeah, if he does it takes the piss and gets clocked by AJ.
Just to sleep. Now you're sleeping.
I mean, AJ's uppercuts is one of his best shots, and when you do the uppercut, it's even better against a taller man. So, like he saw against Klitschko.
The thing is, Fury won't knock AJ out.
He can.
So he won't though. He won't.
You saw what he did to Wilder.
He did. Well, he got him to quit basically.
Oh yeah.
Rather than knock. He's not gonna knock him down. So AJ, you're gonna take a pot. You take a pummeling.
You can knock AJ down. Whether he knocks his spark out, that's a different thing.
You think Fury is knocking AJ out? I can't see the image of Fury standing there and AJ sleeping.
I think Fury, if he can win by a TKO, like a pummeling type of thing. He could win by maybe multiple knockdowns. Knocking Spark out, I don't think so because I'll be shocked. I mean,
AJ's got a kind of a weak chin. He's been down before as well.
Just the heavyweights. I mean, I don't know because people scrutinize AJ so much. Like when you get hit by a top heavyweight or big heavy or just any heavyweight that has a decent punch, they're so big. If you get clocked, especially in the temple area, or you're gonna feel it. Like he read the ones against Dylan White. I think of course you get rocked by
Ruiz and Klitschko.
He came out from that one. Ruiz one was unfortunate because he kicked him in the temple, and that's a sensitive area for anyone. I think there's another fight. I think Povetkin caught him a bit, but you can take a decent punch. He ain't got a great chin like Tyson Fury, but when people say he's very chinny, I'm like, gee. This is what happens in heavyweight boxing. Like I say in heavyweight boxing, guys, you lose.
I'm not taking no hits from
you lose. Like you lose fights in heavyweight boxing. Like it's only Rocky Marchand or out of any known heavyweight. Like that's really not lost, and that was most likely an uncompetitive era. But especially compared to the last 50 years. But when you get hit, you go down.
Yeah.
I mean, so they had. I mean, Bob Byron, he didn't lie. He said it was 95% certain the fight gets done in the next 2 weeks. I think he said that like 3 to 4 days ago. So he even beat his own deadline.
Happens, bro.
I'm just excited. I just need to read the deals. I think it'll be a 2-fight deal. Seems like they got all the belts.
2-fight deal?
It should be. That's what they were saying before. Seems like they got all the belts on the table. So this is for Undisputed. This is for the King of the Jungle, the baddest man on the planet. The first undisputed heavyweight fighter since... one Lennox Lewis, also of British, also British as well. So, this is great for British boxing. It really is. I mean, yeah, fantastic. I mean, yeah,
wonderful big fight.
I'm just excited, but yeah,
the epitome of 2021. Something to look forward to. And I know you wanted to talk before we close on Garcia.
I mean, I was going to talk about that, but then the Tyson Fury just got me excited. I can call it a day now.
You can call it a day.
Can talk about Garcia next episode and also Spence and Crawford. Yep. Hopefully by then, Spence and Crawford, they'll just say their fights gonna happen.
Let's see if that happens. That'll be an exciting.
If you have 2 of those in the same year, that'll be monumental because I don't remember a time where there's been 2 massive, like generational fights in the same year.
You have to because the peas. It's the peas.
Yeah, that's what Rona's done. That's what I said. Good thing for boxing. Rona's forced, or for boxing fans, have forced like the major fights to happen, because that's the only way they're gonna recoup anywhere close to the peace they were seeing before. Because before, when those fans, like, you could fight a
You
Porter,
can fight me, man.
you could fight a bum and still get paid like 10, 15 million.
I'll fight AJ, but I'm running the whole 36.
You can do what that guy did against FA Jaguar, just walk out the ring. But that guy probably forfeited his purse, to be fair.
You just walk out the ring?
You haven't seen it? I'll send it to you. Just literally walked out the ring. But
Fam, you think me and AJ are doing swings? I'm literally like, I will just... Fam, you even catch me in the vest. I'm not coming there. I'm like, hey, you bam me up, fam.
AJ, yeah, that power. I mean, I'm just excited. But yeah, call it a wrap.
Thank you for listening to TMG today.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms. Support the brothers.
Support it. And we out.